Hello and welcome back. Here we are, episode 5 of motorcycles. We are currently working on the FXR again. We're going to tackle this original 5-speed transmission. What we're going to do here today is we're going to remove this pulley. So we're going to start off with this set screw right here. That set screw is holding the nut. This nut is a right-hand thread. So instead of lefty-loosey and righty-tighty, it's righty-loosey and lefty-tighty. So we're going to tackle this set screw here first. It's an Allen bolt, and it is a 4mm. And so we're going to tackle that. So I'm going to get set up to do that there. So here we are. Here's the Allen bolt we're going to take out. It acts as a jam nut, so this nut can't back off. I got my 4mm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the pulley as best I can with this rag. And then I'm just going to start taking this jam bolt out. I've soaked this whole unit in oil there, like penetrating oil, for a couple days. So there's the little set screw, which acts as a jam bolt, just an Allen head. And like I say, and it's holding against the pulley there for the right-hand thread nut. So now, since I've got the set screw out, you can see the hole there. I have a little container here that I'm just putting everything from this transmission in. Got a lot going on here on the bench today. So I showed you before the long socket we need to go on here. So this goes on the threaded part of the output of the transmission, and this is going to take up the surface area and the weight of this long socket so it doesn't bend, twist, or strip it. So this is left-hand thread, so to tighten this on, we go to the left. And I screw it all the way on because as we go to take the nut off, this will come off inside the deep socket. So I run it all the way up. Right about there. Now this deep socket, this is going to go inside, the inside diameter of the socket. And I'm going to go over it and right onto the nut. So now this nut, to get it off, we actually go to the right. So a traditional nut is lefty, loosey, tighty, righty. This one we're going to the right to make it loose. So I've been waiting on a tool that's made to hold this pulley. Still hasn't arrived. I don't got time for that. We're making this chain drive, but I still want to use this pulley. So these big channel locks I'm going to put on, and when I clip it on, I'm locking it in so I'm in between the teeth, so I'm not going to do any damage. Now the key of this is to make sure you have your impact gun going to the right. So we're putting it on technically, but that's going to pull this one off. So it could go hard here, it could not. Again, I've been soaking this for a couple days now in penetrating oil. So here we go. So that actually came off not too bad. So as you see, it pulled off my spacer and it pulled the nut off. So this is what we had on the shaft to hold the weight and the surface area of our socket. And then here is the nut, just a thin little nut. And then obviously that jam screw went against it to hold it so it doesn't come off. Reason why you need that jam screw in there, or the jam bolt, is because it's right-hand thread. The momentum of the motorcycle spins this way with the belt, and then it could come loose. So you put that jam bolt in there to hold the nut so it doesn't come loose. And then we can pull the pulley right off. Like I say, this is a traditional pulley from Harley-Davidson. So we're going to set this aside and we'll use it with the pulley off of the rim and the belt that we took off this 87 FXR, and we can sell this as a good used set match to someone, and someone may want it, so we'll go from there. Once we pull that pulley off, there's just an inner race here that goes inside the seal, and that's what runs it on. It runs on. You can see here how clean it is here and how dirty it is here. This part is on the back of the pulley, so it just gets a little bit of dirt, dust in there. And then the clean part was running on the lip of this seal. This seal is a little dirty. Obviously, this is an 87, but that's the transmission output seal. And the inside of it ran right on this clean lip. So I can put it back in, and it goes inside. When I pull it out, you can see how clean it is. So that's just the oil seal to make sure no oil comes to the external part of it. So now we'll be able to carry on here, and we're going to take our trap door off and our rear side of our transmission, and we can start getting it apart. We'll take a little snap ring off of here as well, but we'll wait till we get the trap door off before we do that. But don't forget to remove that. If you put the new one in, you'll notice that the inside of it has got a taper on it. That always goes to the inside. And then the flush face goes to the back of a pulley or a sprocket, depending on what you're running. All right. So that's what we're going to end with today. Not a whole lot done, but like I say, there is a tool to hold a pulley. If you don't have something, you can find something. If it's still on the bike, you leave the belt on, and you can stick a bar between the rear wheel, and then when it rotates around, the bar will hit the bottom of the swing arm, and then it won't allow it to turn anymore. But that's where we're at now, and we'll carry on with you next time. Thanks.